I spent the day challenging myself to read 5 short books, and here's how it went. These were the 5 shortest books on my physical TBR, and my plan was to get through all of them in one day. I started at 11:10 with But Not Too Bold, which is the shortest book that I had. This was a fantasy horror monster book, and I quite enjoyed it, and I finished it at 12:08. I then started Wild Failure at 12:12, which is a collection of short stories, and I kept telling myself that all of these stories were happening like at the same time. I finished it at 1:50, and then the next book I started was Times Agent at 2:06. This was the book I was the most locked in during the day, and I finished it pretty quickly at 3:48. I then picked up Set Piece at 4:17, and I decided to head out and go grab a drink because I'd been sitting in that yellow chair for hours. I then proceeded to start and finish this entire book at the bar, and I ended up finishing it at 6:08. I then walked home and I made myself some dinner and I started Apples Dipped in Gold at 6:40. I also decided to break out the reading sofa and I got all settled in. While this was the longest book of the day, I also feel like it did not take me as long to read and I ended up flying through it. I ended up finishing it at 9:20 in the evening. So overall, it was a pretty successful reading day. I definitely had a large variety of things that I read. It was definitely nice to take a bit of a dent into my physical TBR and I'm glad that I read these.